Hi, Ed here from keywordspeopleuse.com, and I've got an exclusive time-limited offer for you. If you book a product demo with Keywords People Use, I'll give you a free 7-day trial of our standard plan, which allows you access to our new content optimization tool. This tool hooks into your Google Search Console data so we can find all the keywords you're ranking for and what pages are ranking. We then crawl your site content and use advanced machine learning techniques like embeddings and cosine similarity to find you content optimization opportunities that will quickly boost your impressions and clicks from Google. This new feature in Keywords People Use is already showing results for people using it. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a 7-day free trial. Just go to keywordspeopleuse.com/demo to book your slot. That's keywordspeopleuse.com/demo. You'll find a link in the show notes of this episode. Hello and welcome to SEO is Not That Hard. I'm your host Ed Dawson, the founder of the SEO intelligence platform keywordspeopleuse.com, where we help you discover the questions people ask online and then how to optimize your content to build traffic and authority. I've been in SEO and online marketing for over 20 years, and I'm here to share the wealth of knowledge, hints and tips I've amassed over that time. Hello and welcome back to SEO is Not That Hard. It's me here, Ed Dawson, hosting as usual. And today I just wanted to pose a question. When is A/B testing not A/B testing? Now, this has come up to me because there's a tool out there which has started to claim that they can do A/B testing. So if you were using this tool, you can go to it and say, I've started a test on this date, I changed some content on this date, and then they will monitor your Google Search Console traffic. I think they do it for Google Search Console anyway, for a before and after that, change. So how your content was before you did that change, and then how your content performed after that change. And they're calling this an A/B test. Now, I just want to cover why it's not an A/B test. It's actually a before and after testing. Okay. So obviously some people out there don't appreciate the difference between the two. And I think it's important to know the difference between the two. Now, I'm not saying that what that tool is doing is bad. We kind of do the same thing on Keywords People Use. But we don't call it A/B testing because it's not A/B testing. Okay. It is before and after testing. So let's start with before and after testing. So this is probably the easier of the two methods to understand and certainly to implement. So essentially what you do is you make a change to your web page, you update the headline, or you redesign a button, or you do any kind of change on that page, and then you compare performance metrics like click-through rate or conversions, or the number of clicks from before the change and then after the change. So, for example, let's say you change a page, you add some text to it, and add an image, and then you notice that next week your conversions increased by 20% the following week, which is great, right? Well, possibly, but the problem with before and after testing is it doesn't account for external factors that could influence your results. So here are a few those factors that can change. So seasonality. So your after data, you might be collecting that during a holiday period or a major event in your industry. Could be traffic changes. You could have run an ad campaign, or you could have experienced a spike in organic traffic for a completely unrelated reason, like someone linked to you, or it was a newsworthy item, something like that. Or it could be an algorithm update. Google's rolled out a core update, or one of its many other algorithm updates that's affected how that piece of content ranks. That is completely unrelated to any change you made on that site. So before and after testing assumes that the only variable that impacts your results is the changes you made. In reality, the digital landscape is so full of noise, there's so full of other variables that aren't just the content or the design of the page, that it means that it's only a very, very basic indicator of whether you've done well or not. You can't fully give all the weight and the glory essentially to the changes you made. So let's look at A/B testing, okay? So this is very contrasting. It's sometimes called split testing. So in an A/B test, you create two versions of the web page. I think I've done a podcast all about A/B testing before. So if you want to learn more, just have a search the back catalogue for them. But essentially, you create two versions of a page, a version A, which is the original. That's what the page already had. Then a version B, the variation with the new changes in. And you then show these versions to different segments of your audience. So with A/B testing, if you've got two versions running at the same time, you can essentially work out if the change that you made has a positive effect on how people interact with the page. Now, the trouble when it comes to saying, has the change given you a positive ranking boost, it's impossible to do at the page level on an individual page, because Google will only rank one version of the page at a time. It won't have two different versions ranking and show two different versions in the search engine results for you. Now, there is a way around this if you've got a site with, you've got templates with lots of common pages. For example, an e-commerce site where we've got lots of pages that are all product landing pages. You can say leave half of your pages with a current template and add half of your pages with a new template, and then wait for Google to index the ones with a new template and then see how they perform as a group against the core group that you didn't change. And you can do that. And there is some tools that help you do that, one being Search Pilot, but they're hugely expensive. You're talking, I think, tens of thousands a month minimum spend for them. And quite complex to do, not a simple thing to do. So you can do that. But again, there are still variables in there that you can't completely qualify for, because you might have some pages in one set that have got some better external backlinks than ones in the other set, and that kind of thing can skew it. But the essential thing of A/B testing is that the test happens at the same time period against two different versions, so you can remove all the other variables like seasonality and things like that. So in terms of what are the key differences between before and after testing and A/B testing is timing. Before and after testing happens sequentially, so one after another. So you make a change, then compare the before and after data. Whereas A/B testing happens simultaneously, which eliminates a whole group of external variables. Control groups. Before and after testing has no control group. You compare it apples to oranges. It's different time periods, different conditions. Whereas A/B testing includes a control group, version A, which allows for a direct comparison under the same conditions. The reliability of results. So before and after testing is prone to false positives or negatives because it doesn't account for the factors influencing your metrics, whereas A/B testing provides statistically significant results, assuming you've got a large enough sample size and that you run the test for long enough. Complexity, okay? Before and after testing is very easy to set up. You don't need any special tools required. Just make the change, publish it, and you just look at your analytics from before and after and see how they perform over a time period. Whereas A/B testing requires special tools. You used to have Google Optimize, that's been sunset, you can't use that anymore, but there's things like Optimizer or VWO to manage those split tests and split the traffic and analyze results. But there's a cost both in terms of setup and in terms of running and operating those tools. So when should you use, before and after testing versus A/B testing? Well, before and after testing is actually quite useful. You might not be able to split traffic for technical or logistical reasons. You're testing something really obvious, like a big dramatic change, like, launching an entirely new website design or changing a pricing model, those kind of things. Or you just need a rough idea of performance and you don't require statistical rigor, okay? So, for example, if your website isn't getting much traffic, then setting up an A/B test probably isn't going to be worth the effort because the sample size is going to be too small to produce reliable results. A/B testing is really good when you need precise, reliable insights about how specific impacts, changes impact user behavior. If you're testing incremental changes like tweaking buttons and headlines, especially when it comes to conversion or optimization, you're tweaking to try and improve conversion works really well. And you have sufficient traffic, to split between the two versions and get meaningful statistical data. So, before and after is great. I don't want to knock it. As I say, we use it when we're using keywords people use on our Google Search Console integration. We're making changes to content. We use basically before and after because there are a lot of times you're changing a piece of content where it's not templatized, there's not hundreds of pages with that piece of content on it. And all you can really do is a before and after test to see if the graph goes up or the graph goes down after making your changes. And you have to kind of apply your own knowledge in terms of when Google corruptors have happened, what your seasonality is, things like that. You've got to sort of overlay that yourself in your mental model and look at it. It's a completely fine thing to do. But I wouldn't call it A/B testing because it's not A/B testing. It's something very different. Now, with both methods, there's certain pitfalls you want to try and avoid. Okay, so first of all, don't rush to conclusions. In both before and after testing, it's tempting to credit any performance improvement to your change. But like I say, correlation doesn't always mean causation. So, make sure you think about what other things are occurring at the time, like we just mentioned before. In A/B testing, don't stop your test too soon. You need to let tests run long enough to reach a statistical significance. Otherwise, you're still just guessing. Testing too many changes at once, whether you're doing before, after, or A/B testing, if you keep it simple, if you test too many changes simultaneously, you'll never know which one drove results. Ignoring audience segmentation. So in A/B testing, you've got to really make sure that your split is random and representative of your audience. Otherwise, if you're sending people coming from one platform, say from social media, down to one version of people coming from organic to another one, then these people are coming with very different intents and from very different starting points. And if you don't randomize them and mix them up, then you could skew the results. So if you've got questions about testing and how to test and how to sort of analyze things, then do just get in touch, ask any questions, always here to help. And if you found this show useful, if you found value, then please do consider giving us a review. It really helps. And subscribing, again, that really helps so we can show up in your feed every week. And yeah, that's it for today. So until next time, just keep optimizing, stay curious, and remember, SEO is not that hard when you understand the basics. Thanks for listening. It means a lot to me. This is where I get to remind you where you can connect with me and my SEO tools and services. You can find links to all the links I mentioned here in the show notes. Just remember, with all these places where I use my name, the Ed is spelled with 2 Ds. You can find me on LinkedIn and Blue Sky. Just search for Ed Dawson on both. You can record a voice question to get answered on the podcast. The link is in the show notes. You can try our SEO intelligence platform, Keywords People Use, at keywordspeopleuse.com, where we can help you discover the questions and keywords people are asking online, plus those questions and keywords into related groups so you know what content you need to build topical authority, and finally, connect your Google Search Console account for your sites so we can crawl and understand your actual content. Find what keywords you rank for and then help you optimize and continually refine your content with targeted, personalized advice. Keep your traffic growing. If you're interested in learning more about me personally or looking for dedicated consulting advice, then visit www.eddawson.com. Bye for now, and see you in the next episode of SEO is Not That Hard.